Erin Robinson, thank you so much for your time. Welcome to Pop Alternative.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm really excited to chat with you about your friends and neighbors on Apple TV Plus. It's always interesting when you join a show that already had a pre-established season. What did it feel like kind of joining this show where there was already kind of arcs established, but there are some characters that like had a lot of different kind of, arcs changed this season. But what was that like for you joining a show like this?
First off, figuring out that I was joining this amazing cast, an amazing show was such an incredible feeling. I was so honored to be chosen to join this incredible cast. As an actor, having a show already be created and getting to join the world is such an amazing feeling. Because even though my character wasn't already a part of the show, I could watch it and understand and get a sense of how I wanted to have this character be portrayed in this crazy world.
Absolutely. At some point, you're going to get scripts for this, and sometimes they give you a lot. Sometimes you get them week to week and everything. But you're going to get these scripts. You're going to see a lot of kind of elements at play. With it's got the show's funny. It's a comedy, but it's also it's a dark comedy. So it's got like serious undertones and drama and all that. What's that like seeing all those elements in the scripts and then seeing it come to life when you start filming episodes?
It was so cool to watch as the show went on. I would say we got the scripts week by week. It was so amazing. And especially because of the dark comedy aspect in this show, I would read scenes and I would be like, oh my gosh, like that's going to be so crazy to watch. How is this show still going to be funny? And then I would see writing, I'm like, oh yeah, that's hilarious. And then the actors that they casted to say these lines completely brought it to life and completely took the tone and made it their own and really had the elements of the drama and the betray and everything mixed together with the comedy. So reading it was one thing, being like, oh yeah, this is a genius script. But then seeing the actors that brought it to life was insane. Everyone was brilliant in this cast.
I mean, it's interesting too to add to that. I mean, you could picture as much as you can in your mind and you're like figuring it out and you're getting the size of your characters. But then once you get there, like were there moments where it felt like a different character sometimes actually getting there and like saying the lines compared to just like reading it and just kind of preparing? Like what was that like?
Yes, 100% for sure. With my character, I feel like all of my scenes were very straightforward, and how I prepared it is how I did it on set, and it all made sense and fit together. I had a lot of downtime on set where I could watch these actors work, and I'd read these scripts before I went because I loved the writing. I just read all of the scripts for fun, even if it wasn't my part. So watching them bring it to life was so crazy, and there'd be different takes that I didn't expect while reading the script. So it really also taught me how I want to be as an actor because these actors really made it their own and just like added such crazy details that weren't even on the script that just now watching as the show comes out, I'm like, wow. And there's so many scenes that I can't wait to watch as all the episodes come out, which has helped me as an actor because I feel like it's always hard to watch yourself, but I'm looking forward to watch these crazy moments that I didn't get the chance to see happen on set in real time.
It's interesting too, right? Because there's different ways we watch things, right? So like there's the week to week traditional drop and they binge them all. What's that like for you in regards to like I know when you're an actor on this show, you're trying not to think about it and like the audience, that's something that happens. But are you ever conscious of the audience member watching your friends and neighbors while you're making it all, or is that something that happens a little bit after you wrap?
Honestly, I was just so enamored with the whole process that even the fact that the show was going to come out didn't even cross my mind. I was just so happy to be there and wanted to take everything in and take in the whole experience just raw while I was there. Now I would say I honestly love the week to week because there's things that I want to see happen. So I would say while filming, I wasn't thinking about the audience, but definitely now, especially as I'm hearing my family members and friends not knowing what's going to happen as the show goes on and I like know everything. It's so funny to see their heads spin while watching it. And I kind of forget like what happens. Like, yes, deep down I know, but I'm like, oh my gosh, like wait, like what are they gonna do now? I'm like, oh, I know. So like these actors are so brilliant because I know exactly what happens and I'm shocked while watching it.
Do you feel like you watch things differently now that you know how they're made? Because it all started like, because I'm a filmmaker as well, and it started like the same, right? Like we probably watched a TV, like I don't know about you, but I watched like TV shows and movies, and one day I was like, I want to do this, right? Like I want to
Yes.
be a creative. Like, do you feel like now you watch things differently now that you know how things are made?
Yes, definitely. Especially being on this set, I would say, as other projects I've done, that still hasn't clicked as much to me as watching this come out like week by week and watching everyone I know's reactions to the show because of all the crazy plot twists. I would say it's hard because I don't want it to ruin watching TV as an actor. It almost adds a new respect, I would say, as watching it. I'm like learning new things as I watch from like watching how it looks on screen to how these actors and crew members and directors decided to make changes while filming. Like there were things on set that were changed and I was like, that's like a really interesting choice. Like that's so cool. And now watching it, I'm like, that choice makes complete sense and that was so the right decision. So I would say I've like gained a new respect for watching TV. Obviously, I like look into every detail now, so I kind of ruin it for myself a little bit. But I also love the creative side of film and would love to get into that one day. So all of this just helps and makes me more excited to dive into this industry.
Absolutely. Well, it's interesting too, kind of perfect segue to my next question. It's almost like you knew what I was going to ask. You're a pro. Um, I mean, it's interesting, right? My filmmaker hat asks you this question right now because, we're going to see some scenes in the show with your character, and like maybe the runtime is like 2 minutes and then it goes to the next scene, right? But I know that there's a chance that that scene might have taken you the whole day to film or like whole afternoon. When those big scenes happen, right? Those long scenes, do they feel like their own mini movie, mini project, or they overall feel part of the big process of your friends and neighbors?
I would say each episode, depending on the scene, did feel like a different project because there's so many ups and downs in this show that you can have a completely different vibe per scene. And as an actor, I get so into it while filming that it's like I don't even feel like I'm myself. And then I get home from set and I'm like, wow, that was such a crazy day. And I reflect on that. But now seeing these episodes, I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember filming that for a week that felt like filming a whole movie. And it's crazy to see that that scene was like 2 minutes. So for sure, I would say that some scenes faded into each other, but also, the filming schedule's different. So one of my first scenes in the show was my second to last scene filming. So for me, it all has like special memories, and I feel like everything's its own little project that I can look back on for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I did kind of want to ask as well in regards to like I look at, it's interesting, right? Because so much happens before you go to camera on something, right? So, you could see it as two journeys, right? Before filming something or after filming something, or you could see it as like one big journey with multiple steps. Which is it for you? Does it feel like two journeys or one journey?
I feel like seeing it all together now feels like one journey because it feels, I feel so happy and complete with the project. It just feels so wholesome and like, wow, we all did this. We spent so much time on it. And especially going to the premiere and seeing everyone again, that really like summed up the whole summer and just made it feel like such a full circle moment that I would say, yes, in filming certain scenes, it feels different. But watching the whole show and seeing everyone excited to watch it, it just is like, wow, yeah, like we did that. Like this whole process was so amazing and we're so happy with it. And it's just such a wholesome, complete feeling.
Absolutely. And then last question too, like, we started this interview with like you joining a show, right? That's already established and everything. What were the conversations like, whether they were with John or like the showrunners about like joining this show? Like, were there any like did anyone give you any advice specifically in regards to that? Like, I'm just curious.
Honestly, I would say the day I jumped on set, it was just like, this is your first day of filming. Welcome to the show. It was really fast paced. I loved this show and everyone on the crew because there was such a warm, welcoming feeling, but everything there was no like goofing around. Like we like all were very locked in and like we're in it together to make this happen and not waste any time. So I would say the first day I got on set, we went straight into it, but as being around these people in the downtime in between scenes, I got really close with them. But it was almost like they were so welcoming that it was like I didn't miss a beat and I was just a part of it and I got so close so quickly that it was just like, yeah, like this is my set family, this is my show. So Yeah, it just happened so fast. I can't even like think of the like joining the show. I just feel like I was there and I was a part of it, and here we go. Let's make season 2 happen.
Is it starting to sink in that episodes are finally coming out?
Yeah, it's crazy for me having my friends text me and be like, "Oh my gosh, like your show was recommended and I saw you." And they're like, "That doesn't even seem like you." And I'm like, "That's the best compliment as an actor because it's so cool for me to be able to watch it and separate myself from that character." I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that and watch it, but I'm like, "Oh, that girl's not that friendly in this moment." Or, "Oh, wait, I feel bad for her." And that's like so weird that I'm saying that about myself. So it's definitely a funny experience in that way.
And episodes of season 2 of Your Friends and Neighbors rolling on Apple TV so people can check that out. Aaron, so great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh my God, of course. Thank you so much for having me. This was lovely.
Absolutely. There's an Instagram account if people want to keep updated with everything. I think it's just your name, right? Aaron Robinson.
Yes, it's underscore Erin underscore Robinson underscore underscore. It's a lot of
A
underscores.
lot of underscores, absolutely. Well,
A lot
this has
of
been Pop Turnative, youtube.com/Pop Turnative for previous episodes. Till next time, this is Aaron Robinson and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.